Well, hot take. Do you think it's girls' fault there are all these toxic men out there? Because we've came to that conclusion. Thank you, Sahar.
No.
Because it's true. Like, you kind of proved the point, no?
No, I don't think so. Because girls aren't making guys.
Yes,
dick.
they are.
How?
Yes, they
How?
are. Hot take. Girls are 100% making the toxic men in the world. It's not just toxic men pop up. Girls are making them toxic.
Okay, girls are not making them toxic. And the same could be said that guys make girls toxic too.
How?
Because when guys, first of all, I think, hot take, guys cheat more than girls.
That's a hot take. So guys see one than girls. That's crazy.
Why do you?
Three, 2, 1. Welcome back, everyone, to the Can't Tell Me podcast. I'm your host, Carlos Juico, and I got a special guest in the building today.
Sahar Dahi.
You already know who it is. Y'all probably seen her on TikTok. Y'all probably seen her on Instagram Reels. And yeah, she's been an influencer since when?
2020-ish.
Yeah, and you blew up like...
Yeah, kind of very viral.
Yo, no, you know what she's from? Y'all probably seen her when she did the secrets.
The guy secrets.
The guy secrets
video.
That's the first time I seen your content.
That's one a lot of people have, yes.
That's
the first
just
one. Yeah.
What did you say again? You're like...
Just like, I don't know, random things guys do, like, you know, they like play with their ass hairs, some guys do. And like guys do that girls don't know about. They've all imagined themselves freezing time and doing bad things. They turn everything into a competition, and I mean everything. Whether it's video games, who can get somewhere the fastest, who can get the best parking spot, everything. There's like a universal nod that every guy knows the meaning to, whether it's like a hot girl walks by, they saw something cool or something gross, whatever. They give the nod and they all know what it means.
Everybody got mad at you.
Yeah, I don't know if it was a matter, if it was like
the guys, yeah.
I mean, some people were threatening to get
Yo, you got that? There's some that?
Well, some people were just like, I hope everything in your life gets exposed because you're exposed. Like, people just took it very seriously.
Yeah, but the internet's like that. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Some people liked it. A lot of people just thought it was like funny and like cute and fun.
That's good though. Yeah. I remember the first time I met you, the first thing I told you was like, okay, you got to guess my astrology sign.
Yeah. I got it wrong, didn't I?
Did you even guess it?
Oh, I think I said, I was like, oh, I don't know you well enough to know. Yeah. Well, now I know what it is.
Now you know what it is.
And we have the same one. We have the same sign. Yeah, we're both Aquarius. Which is kind of crazy.
What does Aquarius do? What's their personality?
Okay, Aquariuses are just kind of like, first of all, your viewers are gonna hate this.
Why?
Because men hate like zodiac sign types.
Nah, low key, there's some men that are like closet.
Okay.
That are closet. Like, no, they're interested. Listen. Because a lot of the time, right, the reason men don't like this shit, or we just pretend not to like it, is because it's female dominated.
That's true.
It's female dominated.
It's actually a cool thing. It's not something like, don't knock it till you try it. Just check it out. You know what I mean?
Okay, here's the thing I have with astrology, because a lot of the time people take it too seriously.
Yeah,
that's
I definitely get that. I understand. Like, I don't think you should completely judge someone based off their sign. Like, I you know. Sometimes I'll be like, oh, like an Aries, that's a red flag. But like, if I meet someone who's an Aries, I'm not gonna instantly just be like, fuck you. Don't talk to me. Like, you're an Aries, get away from me. I'm not gonna do that. Like, I'm still gonna get to know them. But it's more just jokes to be like, you're an Aries, that's a red flag. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like an inside joke for people that know.
Yeah, it's just more for fun. I don't think some people probably do take it very seriously, but I think for the most part, it's just more
day-to-day life though, let's say you're gonna meet a new guy.
Yeah.
Do you look at their sign like, Because I know, look, I feel like if you have the information, without a doubt, she's going to fucking use it.
Yeah. No,
right?
Okay, so it's like, sure, like, I don't know. What do you mean day-to-day life?
No, yeah, I mean, like, let's say you meet a guy and then you end up getting attracted to them and you find out their sign, 100% are you going to look into like...
Oh, obviously, I am. Because what I usually do is I'll figure out their moon sign too. Because do you know what your moon sign is? Do you know what your moon sign is?
That's what I'm saying.
Do you know?
I think it's Leo.
You think you're a Leo?
I only know that because...
Okay, that sounds right. I could believe that. But basically, like, just knowing someone's sign isn't enough for you to know, like, everything about them, because there's so much more to it. Like, there's your rising, your Mercury, or whatever, everything, you know? So if you look into the ins and outs of it, like, yeah, it is kind of weird to be like, oh, all Aquariuses are the same, because that's not true. Yeah. But, like, if you look at, like, the combination of like your Mercury and your rising and your moon and your whatever, it actually all adds up. Yeah. But what was I gonna say? If I find out a guy's like moon, which you isn't easy to find out. You have to like use like an online calculator.
So that's the shit you keep secret. So that's the shit I should keep secret.
So the thing is, all you really need is their birthday and the city they were born in.
What the fuck?
Yeah, as long as you know their birthday and the city they're born in, you can just search it up and like calculators online will like tell you. And
wait, why the city they're born in?
Because it depends on the time zone too.
What the fuck? Yeah?
Yeah. So the time zone is like it's basically like where the moon was at the time you were born kind of vibe. That's like what your moon sign is.
So some people would say that astrology and crystals and shit is witchcraft. Would you agree?
I don't think astrology is. I could see crystals though. Crystals.
You think that's like witchcraft?
Like, I mean, I have crystals, but they're more just for vibes. You know what I mean? But
Just
like,
for
I'm
vibes,
not.
yeah.
I don't think I'm like. Some people can use them for witchcraft though. Like, you know, putting like rose quartz.
That's fucked up. I hate how that's actual thing, and I honestly
I've never done anything like that.
Don't knock me on this, and all respect to the real witches.
Yeah.
But it's kind of scary to think a girl can manipulate your life without you even being there.
Yeah, no,
that's kind of fucked up.
I know, it is a little scary. I've never done that. I just have crystals for vibes. You've seen the crystals at my place.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, well, what are you looking for when you get into, crystals? I guess the crystals or astrology? What are you looking for? Like, what attracted you to, you know what I mean, dive in?
Huh?
What attracted you to dive into?
Oh, okay. So zodiac sign stuff, it's like, I think I used to be a lot more passionate about it than I am now, but it's still like, I think when I was younger, so Aquariuses, they're kind of just known for being like the black sheep, sort of like they're kind of the one that has always been different from everyone else. And it's like the zodiac sign with the least amount of people, like the least amount of people are Aquarius, yeah. Because we have the like least amount of days, so it's like less.
Oh, is that true? I never knew that.
Yeah, so it's like, what is it? I was always just so confused about like, why do I feel like as a kid, like I was always like, why am I so weird? Like, why am I so different from everyone else? Everyone else is so cool and chill and whatever. And like, why the fuck am I this weirdo? You know, I was very insecure. But then when I found out about like zodiac signs, I read into like Aquariuses, and it was like, Aquariuses are known for being the weird ones. Aquariuses are.
And then that called you.
Yeah, it just felt like, oh, now I know why.
That's like your gateway drug. Like, oh, fuck.
It makes sense.
It
made sense, yeah. And then once I found out about like moon signs too. So for people who don't know, moon signs, it rules your emotions. It's how your moon and Mercury rules your emotions.
So which one's like personality more? Or is it all personality?
Sun is more like basic personality.
Okay.
Yeah. So it makes sense that you and I are both like Aquariuses, and we're both in like creative fields, like doing whatever. And but moon is more emotions. So how your emotions are. And I was always confused about this because Aquariuses, for example, are very emotionless. Like they tend to not really like be emotional people. They're very detached, they're very whatever. But I was always confused about that because I'm like, I'm such an emotional person. I get so attached to people so easily, whatever. And then my moon sign is a Pisces. And Pisces that's are the emotional, opposite. Whatever, yeah. So it just always, everyone hates on it because they don't really learn about it at all. But if you look into it, it makes sense.
Did you ever get into numerology though? Because that one's kind of fun.
Okay, numerology, not that much. I know a little bit about like angel numbers, but how about you? Are you into numerology? Just
recently, just because I had
a
guest on Jumpers Jump. So numerology is pretty much it's kind of like astrology because if you think about it, every single date, every single month is also a number.
Yeah.
So I think Aquarius is the 12th. Is it? Am I right? The 12th house or something?
That sounds about right. I think
something like that. Like that. But anyways, there's a calculation. You take your birthday and the year you're born.
Yeah.
And you put it all together. I think you add it up. Special calculation, and it will give you a single number. Now, this single number, depending on what number it is, it gives you an accurate depiction of what your life, they call it a life path, and how you're supposed to live your life, or at least how you present yourself in life. I should
look into that. That's very cool.
My personal one is life path number 3. And 3 is like the number of communication. Because I had like a reading with this guy. This guy was on the podcast.
He was a numerology reader?
Yeah.
So he could actually tell you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so crazy.
He knew everything. And he's predicting shit like how Andrew Tate, this is even before Andrew Tate was famous.
Shut up.
Because I think Andrew Tate and a few other like Sneeko and all these other people, their year of the tiger. They're born year of the tiger. And year 2022 is year of the tiger. And what they say, you really succeed in your year.
So we're year of the
year of the dragon.
Are you 2000?
Yeah, I'm year of the dragon. That's why I got the dragon sign.
Ah, that's so cool. Okay, so since you're bringing up the numerology thing, I had a zodiac, a horoscope reader not too long ago. He read my entire, if you're ever interested in that, let me know. I'll connect you with the guy. But he basically, based on your birthday and like city you were born in, time you were born in, he will give you an entire reading based on like your horoscope. Like not even just like, you know how I said there's like multiple aspects to it. It's like every planet contributes to it. He reads everything. So based on what your chart is, he can read everything like about it and whatever. And when I got on the call with him, first he kind of like walked me through like, you were going through some troubles from this year to this year.
And he knew.
Everything he said was so fucking accurate. It was insane. He was getting it down to like the years properly. Like he was like, you were having trouble with your friends up until 2020 and blah, blah, blah. Like he was like, from this year to this year, I think he said 2009 to 2020, you were having a hard time with like friendships and relationships.
And that was accurate.
Fucking, and then literally it was that year 2020 that I like ended up cutting off a bunch of friends. And then like my relationships with people got a lot better. And he even brought up like stuff like that my family has done, like not obviously direct, but he was like, your dad was going through like money problems from this year to this year, and everything was fucking accurate. And I was like, what the fuck? So people hate on it, but it's like, how the fuck is he knowing all this shit?
I know. See, the problem is, I feel there has to be in the world, I would love to believe there has to be people in the world that are so gifted and they can really tell your future. They can really have a sense of what your life is without even knowing you fully. But there's also people, and it's guaranteed there's people like this that try to con you or try to manipulate. And just look, you could say, oh, 2008 was probably a hard time for your parents. It was economic depression. Exactly. You know what I mean? It was economic depression. But who knows? Who knows? But I'd love to believe like all of these things are true.
It's just the reason. Okay, so I've been to like psychics before, like so many, just because I've always been into that kind of stuff. And I always kind of, I feel like we all kind of want reassurance. A lot of people go to psychics because they want reassurance that their life is going to be okay.
So do you think that's why? Do you think that's why astrology is so prominent right now and everybody's getting into it and it's such a trend?
It is. I think it is sort of like that because I do like astrology, but I do think it has become kind of like a trend to an extent. And I literally contributed to that. I made a lot of I contributed to it being a trend. But
hot take is because of COVID.
I think
because people, quarantine.
Yeah, I think everyone just needed something to like hold on to, and I feel like low-key the same could be said about like religion, but like that's a whole other topic.
True too.
But yeah, so but I've been to other psychics, and they kind of just sort of told me like very basic, like you're gonna be successful, you're gonna be this. But this one was just cool because he was like explaining to me why certain things.
Because this.
He'd be like, this planet is in this degree, which means that like blah blah blah, and he was like telling me like, oh like. He literally told me you're probably not going to get married until after 26. So I was like, that's good. That's what I wanted though. Yeah. But he literally said you're going to struggle with relationships until 2026. And then between 2026 and 2032, you're going to get married and have kids.
Yo, the problem with that shit though, it almost manifests itself
it's
because
like confirmation
you listen
bias.
to it.
Yeah. So, but I will say every psychic I went to told me I was getting married at 26. Every single one.
Oh, really?
I went to 3 or 4
Why
now.
the fuck is that?
I don't know.
Married at 26, that's weird.
Yeah, but that's like always the age that I kind of wanted to get married at. So I'm like, that's
so maybe you manifested yourself too.
Maybe, but like it's just super weird that every single one of them said that. But he literally kind of told me, he's like, anyone that you date in this time up until 2026 is like useless. And I was like, okay, that's great. Love that. Thank you.
Okay, this is really off topic, but it's just like a weird thought. Yeah. This is some like jumper's jump thought, but let's say we were on Mars.
Yeah.
How the fuck would that affect our astrology then? Because if the astrology for us on Earth, would it be different if we're on another planet?
I think so. I think Earth would have a different effect on us. I don't know what it would be though. Because you know how it's like Mercury, for example, rules your emotions. Yeah. So, and like whatever the fuck, I forget the other ones. Your rising is based on some shit. I don't know. I'm not an astrology expert, but like, I guess Earth would have a different effect. Earth would have to have some sort of meaning, and that would be
because if people start living on Mars, theoretically,
you're right.
How would they live?
Earth would probably have a different effect.
Because if astrology is so true, how the fuck would they live then?
It would be different. I think their like the meaning of each planet would be different. Probably.
That's kind of crazy to think about. Because what do you think? What do you think the Earth's purpose really is then?
I don't know.
Because what if Earth is? Yeah. It's hard to say because we can only see our own galaxy, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Now Earth, we know right now is the only one with life.
I don't believe that. I think there's so many more.
Well, right now, that's the one we know.
All we know.
That's the one we know.
I think it's like, I think it's very ignorant to think
that there's no aliens and shit. I agree.
Other life. How the fuck you see how big our galaxy is? You really truly believe we are?
Yeah, exactly. I know. This is my theory though. My theory is what if the galaxy is just a copy of each universe? So you know that theory how the universe is always expanding, and it is.
I don't like that because I remember my teacher said this to me in grade 8. He said, if something expands, it needs something to expand into. What the fuck? Where is it inside? How is it always going? Shouldn't it be inside something for it to continuously grow into that?
I think that's just what it is. It's just infinite.
Yeah, I don't like
so
that.
I think what it is actually, every single different scenario that happens in life. Yeah. Let's say there's a scenario where Sahar became a doctor.
Okay.
Now, that reality, that dimension, what if it exists on another Earth?
I think so.
In a different dimension. But that's just the universe itself.
You know what always makes me think that shit is so true, that there has to be like parallel universes and stuff? Deja vu. Like deja vu is the one thing that always gets me, that it doesn't make fucking sense. And I feel like it's something like another version of you has experienced that already, and that's why you feel like it's still there. Because I've had so many times where like I was so confused. Like there was this one time, it was like my brother and I, we were like walking from a convenience store to my apartment, and we were talking about like work and stuff. He was talking about school, I was talking about my TikTok shit, and I was just kind of telling him like, I feel like I'm not just like doing that great, like blah 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 whatever. And he was talking about his school shit, and then as soon as he said it, I was like, didn't we already have this conversation? Like walking in this exact same alleyway, talking about this exact same thing. Like I was like, this has literally happened before. And he was like, this is my first time at your apartment. What are you talking about?
Damn.
And I was like, oh my fucking God. I was like, what is this?
See, because what if it is? Because it feels dreamlike.
Yeah.
And people say that deja vu is you remembering your dream. And what if your dreams are you entering those different dimensions, and then when you wake up, you don't remember it?
Yeah, it's so fucked. That was the first time I experienced it really heavily. Like there was times I'd be like, oh, I have deja vu, blah, blah, blah. But then the first time I really felt it, I was like, that was fucked. That was fucked. I was like, why did it literally feel like that has happened?
What does deja vu mean again? Do you know? It means like I lived this before.
Yeah, I've seen this before. Like
I've seen this like before.
That,
yeah. There was a theory that every single time you get deja vu, it's you died, and then you respawn like on that point.
Oh my God, that is crazy.
It's crazy.
And you know, have you even the you know that theory about like when you die, it's like your life flashes before your eyes, but it goes in like slow motion. It's not gonna see. I remember the first time I ever felt like conspiracy-esque was when I was a kid, and I was like, what if like we're just like seeing it, like we're not actually living right now, we're just seeing our
like
lives
a simulation
over
type
again.
of thing. Yeah. Because it's we have no proof that this is a simulation right now.
I know.
Because it literally could be.
You have no proof that I'm alive and a real person. And I have no proof that you're alive and a real person.
The most fucked thing I got into because of Jumpers Jump was solipsism. You heard of that?
No.
So solipsism is the idea, like you were saying, you can't prove that I'm conscious. And what if your consciousness is the only thing that ever exists?
That's always something I always think about. And I always imagine, what if like nothing is real outside of your what you're seeing? So for all I know, like this is just an illusion for me to see. Everything behind me isn't even there. Yeah. But I turn and now it's like,
it loads in.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I always wonder if that kind of shit. And the thing is, there's literally no way to prove it ever.
There's no way.
If this universe was specifically made for you to just witness, you will never be able to prove that like anything else is true other than that. You know what I mean?
But I think it's a sad way to live is because you don't care. Because that's that main character syndrome though.
Yeah.
That's that main character
syndrome. Just if you assume life is made for you, you're made to be successful, everything will work in your favor. There you go.
Yeah. Hot take though, you having that mindset helps you become successful.
I think it honestly does. You have to just honestly believe that everything is like meant to be good for you and meant to like, you know, sometimes you hit a point like when I first started going off on TikTok, I felt like the chances of that happening were so fucking low. Like that is
really
like because I never like I had really like strict parents too growing up, so it was never really an option for me to like be famous or have a
it's because the parents teach us that. They teach us like you can't be special. They
kind of were like, you're like, my mom was always like, for example, very against me modeling. She was just always like, she's like, I never want to see you up on like a big ass like wall, like that's not what I want for you. Like go to school, work in an office, do whatever. So growing up, it was never an option in my head. Like, you know how some people are like, I want to be a famous actor, I want to be a famous singer.
Yeah.
I never thought like that because I knew I wasn't allowed to do that ever.
Yo, I was like that too.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's the Aquarius in us. Stuff
Okay, maybe so.
But so I never thought like that was a choice, because it's like, especially if you have like immigrant parents, it's like they don't like see like social media, like, and especially social media wasn't even big when we were kids, so like it was never like a choice in my head to like be famous or have a following or do whatever. So when it happened, I was like, I wasn't even allowed to do this. Like, the chances of this happening are so fucking slim. And the fact that it happened, I'm like, maybe I'm just meant to do anything. Maybe I'm just meant to be super
That's the mindset you want to go in with life.
Yeah.
Because look, if you believe you can do anything you want, look at Kanye. Obviously, Kanye's canceled right now, but Kanye coming up, he sounded fucking crazy to every single buddy. He wasn't even making tracks yet, and people were turning him down.
Yeah.
But the fact, his confidence alone, I feel like just
he really
confidence
did
alone.
believe in himself so much. Like, even because my brother, he's like the biggest Kanye fan ever. I'm a Taylor fan. He's a Kanye fan. So, but we always talk about it because we agree that they're both like iconic in their own ways. You
That's
know what
facts.
I mean?
Yeah. Taylor is
iconic as fuck. Yeah. And so like one of the things I remember him telling me was that like before he dropped his first like album, he like walked around his local mall because he just wanted to take in not being famous anymore. Like, he just wanted to take it. He's like, this is the last time I'm ever gonna be able to walk into a mall and not have people surrounding me. Let me take this in. And I was like, that's the way to be. Like, he knew it, you know? And like something I feel is, I feel like very strongly I'm meant to go to the Met Gala. So that is
word.
I
Okay.
do feel it. I feel it very. So when it happens, guys,
what's the steps though? What's the steps you want to take, or do you not want to tell people that?
I don't really know if I have any steps, but I feel like I'm just gonna keep working hard until I get into it. I just feel it. You know, when you have a feeling that something is just like
opportunities come to you. Yeah,
like
I agree.
And I feel like that's the way to be. And it's on my vision board. I have Met Gala pictures. I just feel like it's like, that's like a weird random goal, but I feel like I just feel it, that's meant to. Same way that he felt he was gonna be famous and not go like after that moment he wouldn't be able to go to the mall anymore.
Facts.
Yeah.
But that's the way I think. If you always put yourself in those scenarios, I always do this too. I pretend like, yo, I'm already a billionaire. Like, what should I buy right now? And I just look through my Safari and then I look at fucking cars and shit. But just that practice of it, I think it trains your brain and makes you become that person already.
Yeah. And I feel like I feel like you're probably in the same boat. For me, it's like not an option to stop anymore. Like, I'm just like, I feel like I'm like, I already made it this far. I already did this much. I already went through so much drama. Like, I truly believe you only fail when you stop. Like, for example, Taylor, with her, you know how she got canceled because of like Kanye and stuff, like way back in 2016. Yeah. If she stopped putting out music, stopped doing whatever, she would have been like done. She would have been whatever. Exactly. But she kept it going.
You have to be consistent.
When she did the next tour, everybody was like, this is going to be the worst tour fucking ever. No one's going to go. Ended up being the top selling tour of the year. And then now she's even bigger now with her re-recordings, with her new album, like blah, blah, blah. It's like, you only fail once you stop. Even if people cancel you, even if people do whatever, you literally only fail once you're like done putting out content. When you stop doing whatever.
Yo, the re-recordings was crazy though.
Yeah,
I heard about that.
She's so good for that.
You want to explain that though? Because I haven't really like dove into it.
Okay, so basically, Taylor never owned her masters. You know what a master's is, right? For music. Yeah. So she never owned her masters. Her management, Big Machine Records, owned it. And she was always kind of begging for her masters from, what's his name? I forget his name.
I think it was like the Sony. Was it Sony Music?
No, it was Big Machine Records.
Oh,
that was Who was the guy? It was
Wait, Scooter?
Scooter Braun is the bad guy, but her other manager was Scott Borchetta. That's who it was.
Okay.
So Scott Borchetta was her main manager, the one who discovered her, whatever. And he basically would never give her masters. Like, she was begging for it. She was like, I'll pay for it, I'll buy it, whatever. And then when she reached the end of her contract with Big Machine, I think it was like a 15-year contract or something.
Holy shit, yeah.
Yeah. Once she reached the end of it, she was like, I'll sign with you guys again if you give me my masters for all my shit. And then they basically said, we'll give you 1 masters for every album you give us. So she would have to put out like 8 more albums in order to own all her old past. Yeah. So she was like, fuck that. You're not giving me shit. I literally did all this for you guys. And she's the reason, like, she was their first artist on that label and stuff. And then she left. She went to Universal Music and they gave her masters, whatever. It was good. I don't know how long she signed with them, but, and then basically, Scooter Braun, during the time she was getting canceled, he was helping people. Like, I think he encouraged Justin to like post mean stuff about Taylor. He was pushing everybody to cancel her. He like has like
to cancel her.
Yeah, so he was part of the reason why she got.
Yo, wait. So you're telling me like all the beef with Ye too?
Yeah, he was part of that. He was all part of that. He was like promoting all that shit. Like he was he was like buddy with Kanye. Like
so this is like conspiracy right now. So not even conspiracy because this is proven.
Yeah, like
they planned to put her down.
Like he claims, like basically what their drama was he claimed he called her and asked for her approval for Famous to go out.
Yeah.
And it was true. He did call her, but he only told her about the line that was like, me and Taylor might still have sex. And she was still weirded out by that, but she was like, I mean, whatever, it's not mean. I'm not going to tell you to not put it in. But he didn't tell her about the part where he's like, I made that bitch famous. And that was the part that really pissed her off.
Yeah.
Because she was like, how are you fucking, like, he interrupted her at the VMAs winning an award. So how do you mean you made her famous? She was winning the award when you interrupted her.
That's like, kind of crazy to see because we never know the behind the scenes because we only see the memes.
Yeah, exactly.
So imagine you see all the memes, but what if the origin of the meme was strategically planned?
Exactly. So it just like turned into this thing. Taylor ended up like sticking up for herself, just being like, I never gave my approval for this, like blah, blah, blah. And then Kim released only a clip of the call being like where Kanye was talking to her. So everyone's like, oh my God, he did call her, blah, blah, blah. But like there was like once, I think it was like last year, the whole video actually got leaked, the entire thing, like the whole like 20-minute thing, whatever the fuck it was.
What was it, like a conversation?
Yeah, just their whole phone call. And you can see like he never once mentioned anything other than the me and Taylor might have sex. He never said anything else. So then everybody felt bad. But like basically Scooter Braun kind of helped in bullying her. He like, I don't know if you remember, but like Justin Bieber posted like a picture of him on FaceTime with Kanye and the caption was like, Taylor Swift, what's up? While she was like getting canceled. So it was like, he had just been kind of been bullying her for so fucking long, like all this shit. And then Scott Borchetta sold her masters to Scooter Braun. And then,
so he owned.
Yeah, so he owned all of her own music. And
that's fucked.
Yeah. So she was so pissed because she was like, I already knew. She was like, they did tell me they were gonna sell my masters. I knew that. Yeah. But he fucking sold it to the guy that's like been bullying me and harassing me for like whatever. And keep in mind, while all this shit was happening, Scott Borchetta was like on Taylor's side while she's getting bullied and harassed. But then he was like pissed that she left. So it was kind of like a power move on his end, like out of spite to be like selling it to the guy that you hate, selling it to the guy that made you fucking miserable, like whatever.
That's so then I never knew that.
Yeah. So then she was like, you know what? I made all the music once. I can do it again.
And she just re-recorded and then fucking got the bag.
But she's not even like making. It's not even like she's making so much money from like she had to put a bunch of money back in to like make everything again. Yeah. But now it's like she owns the masters for it, so it's good and we love it and they're doing so good, so we love. All
right. Okay. I have some questions here. I saved just for you, actually.
Yay.
Because honestly, the Can't Tell Me podcast, the original, it's supposed to be only debate topics, hot takes, would you rather questions, and other questions anybody says. Yo, also comment down below if you guys want your comment, your questions, your hot takes discussed on the podcast. Just comment right now. Let's get the first one in.
All right.
Okay. Oh, actually, I have a few I wrote myself.
Okay, what's up?
This one's funny. All right, ready? I really want to know your opinion on this.
Okay.
Okay, let's say you had a man.
Okay.
And he came home with scratches on his back, but said it was from a haunting. What would you do?
Hunting?
A haunting. Like he's been haunted. Like he's been possessed type shit.
Okay, that's fucked up. That's the stupidest lie I've ever heard in my entire life.
No, but listen. Like, do you believe in ghosts?
Yeah, and it could happen, but what the fuck are the odds of that? You better show me some kind of proof or some kind.
The proof is the scratches.
Okay, that's like, it depends. I'm gonna see the scratches. I think you can tell human nail scratches compared to like a demon.
No,
scratches.
Well, demons were probably humans too. No,
well, I don't care. That's fucked up. Why did that happen to you?
No, I'm just saying. No, like theoretically, if somebody, it's hard to prove because if you really do believe in ghosts, But more times it's just like. It sounds like a lie.
It's like the classic, like when a guy has like a hickey and then he's like, oh, it was like a vacuum. Like we got in a vacuum fight. Be so fucking familiar.
No, but okay, let's put it into perspective. What if this was actually a ghost?
I feel like I'd need some sort of proof. I feel like that's just such a random thing to make up.
So you just have to end it right there just because he got haunted.
I'd have to see how
so he's doubled down bad because he got possessed and you broke up with him?
Listen.
Double down bad.
I'd have to see how much I trust them to start off. But also it'd be like, if they seem like really traumatized, really whatever, if they have some sort of evidence or something to kind of show me like, oh, I wasn't with anybody, maybe I would believe them. That's really fucked up though. I mean, a very horrible thing. I don't wish that upon anybody, but most of the time I feel like you can tell. You
can tell. Okay, but in the scenario that it is true, how would he even approach that?
I feel like I'd be able to tell by how traumatized he is. If he seems really fucking scared and really like, even like telling me.
That's fair. Actually, that's true.
Even telling me if he's like, bro, like I know I'm gonna sound fucking crazy, like,
like
about to cry, like scared, like that's traumatizing. You better sound fucking traumatized.
That's true.
Well, if you're talking to me about it and you're like, yeah, ghost just like kind of scratch up my back. Shut up. Shut up.
Yo, okay. I think one of the biggest fears then is having a relationship with somebody that's a great actor or actress.
Yeah, a good liar.
So would you ever date an actress or actor?
I don't know. I think I
would,
but that is definitely a fear to think about because they're very good at it. But I couldn't date a pathological liar. Those are fucking.
Isn't that the same?
No.
I have a question. What? I don't, because honestly, I'm not an actor myself. But at some point,
we might be soon. We might be soon. Guys, we're taking acting classes together.
We're taking acting classes. But I would assume if you're an actor, you can actually decide like a whole new persona on the spot and actually live it.
Yeah.
Do you think that's
that's something I think about too, is like I feel like actors to an extent we don't even know their real personalities.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I'm saying.
Because like even for example, you know Ariana Grande?
Yeah.
Did you ever watch like Victorious or like Sam and Cat?
Sam and Cat, Victorious,
So I remember for a while her personality was very cat-like, like in interviews and stuff, because I liked Ariana Grande way back in the day.
And she kind of sounded like Airhead.
She would talk like Cat, she would whatever. And she literally said like sometimes when you become a character and you've been playing a character for so long, it's hard for you to remember that that's not who you are as a person.
Word.
Yeah, so it's like, for all we know, every actor that we like that's not even the real personality.
Yo, the guy that played Elvis, what's his name again?
Austin Butler.
Butler. Yeah. He played Elvis and his voice changed permanently.
Yeah, because he had to like train himself to talk like that for like, I think it was 2 years. He had to like practice talking like that to really play Elvis properly, and now he can't talk normal.
That's scary.
Isn't that insane?
That's fucking scary.
And even his personality, if you look at his interviews from way back in the day compared to now,
it's not the same voice.
It's not the same voice, and even just the way he like he's like so like. Yeah, it's like very, you know what I mean? Like very like
that's chill. Just deception though.
No,
then,
that's
right?
what I'm saying. He's like
deception.
playing a character. I feel like he's still in low-key Elvis mode. And I feel like he's trying to like slowly integrate himself back into real him. But if you were forced to be a character for 2 years, that's really hard to like snap out of it. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Do you think if you got into a relationship with someone, do you think you would be able to break down the barrier enough to see if they're playing somebody else?
I feel like you'd hope you can.
You'd hope you could, right?
Or like you'd probably only start dating them once you've broken a certain barrier at least like the outside surfaces at least done,
Yo, but the scariest shit though is I hear stories all the time where a guy will fall in love with a girl that's so quote unquote innocent.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden she's a cheater behind closed doors and is complete out of her character. Wow. I think that's the biggest
I know,
fear.
it's really scary because even my friend, she was like recently seeing someone and he seemed super nice. And I'd met him. He was super chill, super cool, whatever.
Yeah.
And then like out of nowhere, he like snapped. Like he like broke character.
And he became what?
A psycho fucking cunt. Oh, sorry. A psychopath. Sorry.
You can surround this.
Okay, like, I don't know. Some people are weird about cunts. Are you weird about the word?
Nah.
Okay,
it's like.
I know some people are weird about it.
So what? He just like flipped out and screamed.
Out of nowhere, just like, so they had a long distance thing.
Yeah.
And at first he was like super like nice, like literally the sweetest guy ever. Like you'd honestly think he's like just as nice as you are. Do you know what I mean? Like so super sweet, super cool, whatever. And then like out of nowhere, he just like, my friend like texted him about something, like asking him like for a certain favor.
Yeah.
And he just like snapped. He's like, listen, you never do anything for me. You're the most selfish person I've ever met. Blah, 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 all this shit. And I was like, what the hell? And then he was like, I only do all these nice things because I'm a nice guy. And I was like,
okay, listen.
Yeah.
Hot take. The quote unquote the nice guys, they're playing a fucking character,
that's
bro.
The thing. And that's why, hear me out, hot take, don't get mad. Girls don't like nice guys because nice guys are always
actually nice guys.
They're not actually nice
low-key.
guys. They're playing the character of a nice guy, and then once you get to fucking know them, they're a fucking dick. But the guys who are like cold at first, at least they're showing you the real them immediately. They're showing you that this is who I am. But the nice guys like, oh, they're nice until they're not.
I think that's why girls are attracted to the quote unquote the bad guy, because it's just so real.
The real them. At least it's the real them. I'd rather that than a fucking and even if it's like a dick, once you get to know them, you'll see their nice side, that they aren't a horrible person. I would rather that than thinking you're this nice guy and then out of nowhere snapping
and then fucking
at me.
like it's been an illusion.
Even the fact that guy brought up being like, oh, like I'm just a nice guy, that's why I do it. No, you're not. Real nice guys aren't out. Like when I've done favors for people, even when I felt like, oh my God, I've done so much for them, I'm still never like, I'm such a nice person and that's why I did it. I'm just like, you just do it
out of love or out of care.
Because you care about them, whatever. I'm not out here keeping fucking tab in my mind being like, I did this for them, I did this. They're taking advantage of the fact that I'm a nice person. Like I never think like that. And it's like when you're an actual nice person, do you think like that?
Me? What do you mean?
No, I was gonna say like you're nice. So I feel like you're not actually. You
like think about like
all the
I
nice
did
things
this, I did this. Nah.
Yeah, see, when you're like,
that's whack.
And I'm not trying to be a self-proclaimed nice person because that's literally the opposite of what I'm saying. But I'm just saying when you're actually a genuine person, it's like you don't even think like that.
Yeah, you just do it. You just do it out of care.
When you're not a nice person and you do nice things, that's why you keep tab because you're like, I'm doing all these nice things. I'm doing blah blah blah. But if you're a nice person, you're just always doing nice things. You're not really like. Do you know what I'm saying? So
I have a question. So I think there's a phenomena where somebody's super bad, like
hot?
like a dickhead.
Oh, okay.
Like a terrible person.
Okay.
But them being the extreme of a terrible person and rude, whatever, mean, whatever.
Yeah.
Any little bit of good they do is elevated because they're so bad. Do you think that's a real thing?
Yeah, that's true. For sure. Because it's like relativity, I want to say. Like it's just, if they're always bad but they do a nice thing, that was like relatively nice for who they are as a person.
So the kindness almost goes vamped up.
Yeah.
Even though it's just like a little.
Fair for the people who do nice things all the time. Because then it might even be the equivalent that like if someone who's really nice does something bad, it's like elevated and people will make it a bigger deal than it actually is.
So hot take, do you think it's girls' fault there are all these toxic men out there? Because we came to that conclusion. Thank you, Sahar.
No.
Because it's true. Like, you kind of proved the point, no?
No, I don't think so. Because girls aren't making guys
Yes,
dick.
they are.
How?
Yes, they
How?
are. Hot take. Girls are 100% making the toxic men in the world. It's not just toxic men pop up. Girls are making them toxic.
Okay, girls are not making them toxic. And the same could be said that guys make girls toxic too.
How?
Because when guys, first of all, I think, hot take, guys cheat more than girls.
That's a hot take. So guys cheat more than girls? That's crazy.
Why do you think girls cheat more?
That's crazy.
No, because here's why I think guys cheat more than girls. First of all, it's statistics. If you look at
it's
60% to 40%.
Girls are just not signing up for the fucking voting, bro. They're not taking part.
Okay, I don't know. I've heard that it's more.
You know why? It's so simple.
Why?
Because look, you go to a club.
Yeah.
How many men are gonna hit on you? Somebody's gonna hit on you.
Yeah.
A guy goes to the club. Who's gonna hit on him?
Yeah, but they hit on everyone. So it's like if they're not super loyal to their person, it's so easy for them to like lead the way.
No, but I'm even just saying a girl that's not conventionally attractive, no matter what, she's gonna get hit on.
Are you sure? I'm not positive about that.
No, but no matter what,
guys are really mean to girls they don't find attractive. I don't know what you think is.
Nah, but 100% they'll find a way to get some dick.
I guess.
Like guys, it's way harder. It's way harder.
Because
you have to show what? You have to show social proof. You gotta show Riz, you know what I mean? Game, whatever.
But I just think it's guys are the ones that are leading it. So if a guy decides he doesn't want to be loyal, he can do that. A girl has to be convinced to an extent. Unless I'm not saying girls don't cheat. I'm not saying they don't. But like, I do think, I think it might be easier for girls to cheat.
Yeah.
But I think guys cheat more because it's in their control.
Word.
Because guys are the
disagree.
If a guy's cheating, it's like I think guys cheating is more planned, I want to say, whereas girls it just happens. But I'm not saying that's right. That's fucked up. I still don't agree.
Girls
with that.
fucking they plan shit.
They can.
No, okay, hold on. Tell me if I'm wrong. 100% girls always have a backup plan, an escape. True or false? In a relationship, they always have an escape.
What do you mean they have an escape?
They have their backup if the relationship goes bad.
Okay, I think if you're not...
Guys don't have that shit.
Okay, listen. If you're not in a serious relationship, I think you do have a backup. Or like girls do have like a little mental roster of
girls just have it no matter what.
No, but I think once you
Y'all
find
are
your one,
lying.
when you're in a serious relationship, you're not really thinking about like, because when you're in a serious relationship, you want it to work out, no? Would you not want it to work out?
Yeah, of course.
So why would you be sitting here planning like, okay, I have this?
Because girls are like that.
See, but that's when you're not serious. When you're serious, I don't think you have a backup. When you're serious, you only see the person. I'm not denying it otherwise, because when I talk to guys, I'm like, okay, if this doesn't work out, I still
have a backup.
A,
exactly.
B, C, and D. You know what I mean?
So you're saying if they're already in the mud type shit.
Yeah. So if you're serious, if you're like in love, I don't really think you have a backup, because I think it's like you only view that person. You're planning your future with that person. When shit starts going south, maybe a backup might be planned out. But like, you know what I mean? I think when you're serious, Okay.
Yeah. I have another question for you. This is another one I made up too. All right. What are your thoughts on a guy wearing riser pads to make himself look taller?
Like the things in there.
That's a real. I don't do that shit, but I'm just saying. Like,
I think it's fair to do it. I know, like, I know some people won't agree, but I think it's like, we have heels, we have makeup, we have whatever. Like even like hair transplants for guys. I think go for it. Like do it.
Not?
Like if it makes me more confident.
That's a great answer. I didn't expect that from you.
I know I'm a piece of shit, but I'm not that big of a piece of shit.
No, that was a good answer though, because I thought you were gonna be the opposite. Like, no, you're deceiving, blah blah blah.
I mean, like guys, even they'll wear shoes that have like, you know how there's some shoes that make you taller.
Yeah,
guys wear that,
yeah.
You know, girl, we all have things that make us more confident. It's fair. Like, if a girl feels more confident with makeup, then cool. If a girl feels more confident in heels, cool. Like if a guy feels confident in a hair transplant and lifters, I mean, live your life, do what you gotta do.
Of course, yeah. Because I think, in my opinion, girls have so much already. Like they have makeup, they have way more clothing than us. Yeah, and makeup's honestly like it's almost a staple.
Yeah, but I will say, have that shit. The industry made women insecure without makeup. That's the
really
thing. Yes.
You think that's true?
It is true. What do you mean? Since I was a kid, I remember hearing things about like, oh, you got to be hairless. You got to do this. Oh, you need your skin to be perfect, blah, blah, blah. Like the reason why girls are so into makeup is because we've been like conditioned since birth that like you need to look a certain way, you need to whatever. So it's like it's an essential because we've never known any other way. You know what I mean?
Okay, I feel
like,
that.
I hate when guys are always like, it's deceptive to wear makeup because it's like y'all made us have to do it. We can't go without it anymore. Not you guys, the industry.
Yeah, the
like
industry. Okay.
Who runs the industry mainly? Men.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say different. Yo,
the makeup industry is mainly.
No, I thought you were gonna say something else.
What did you think I was gonna say?
Nah, never mind. We'll talk about it after.
Yeah, okay. The industry is run mainly by men. Men own the big companies.
No, that's true. So, you know what's crazy? Yeah. This is a conspiracy too. Look at all of the cartoons growing up. Simpsons, Family Guy. It's always an obese male
and a skinny
mom.
Yeah.
Look at I think Pair of Kings. Look at all the shows.
You will never see a couple where it's us unattractive woman with an attractive man.
Yeah,
it will always be like even you watch Modern Family.
Nah, I don't watch that.
If you do, it's like Gloria,
it's like the same thing.
Jay and whatever. Like you will never see it be like a fat woman and a skinny man. Like never.
Yeah,
name
that's
one.
Facts.
Name one. You've seen? No, you haven't.
Facts.
No
and to be honest, even though it does help the guys,
yes.
To be honest, it's really fucked up because what happens is it forms society that way.
Yeah, and I've always said this too, and a lot of back when I was really in my advice for men era TikToks, I remember I would always say, or I said something along the lines of like, I've always seen an attractive girl with an ugly guy, or like a not as attractive guy, but I've never seen like a hot guy with a girl less attractive than him.
In public?
You do? You see those?
Wait, say one more time.
Like, I always see attractive girls with guys that aren't that attractive, but then I never see like a hot guy with a not attractive girl. Like,
I disagree. I disagree.
You see it?
I disagree. But yo, sometimes though, I think girls, they look at all the billionaires. They all have attractive wives, but they're not conventionally attractive because they have money.
Yeah.
Real talk. Okay, maybe in our age bracket.
Yeah.
Feel me? In our age bracket, but I think as we mature and as we get older,
yo,
girls aren't looking at looks all the time.
Yeah, girl. Yeah.
They're gonna start looking at that check. They're gonna start looking at like how your life is set up.
Yeah, because girls like stability.
Yeah,
and that's fair, as you should. Because I forget what it was. Two things I want to mention. So one, I remember hearing something about how like when girls think about their futures, they think about like family, stability, that kind of shit. Whereas when men think about futures, it's more like career goals. I mean, I think it's changing.
No, but it's changing. It's changing more.
I think that was like before, but women now, I think it's really good. We're adapting into like bigger goals, and like I think less women are getting married sooner and blah, blah, blah.
But do you think that's a problem though? Because I know I'm all for it. Feel me? I'm all for it. I'm not like hold women back. Never that. But do you think it's a problem where you're gonna see less people on Earth.
I guess, but I mean, it's just girls being girl bosses, queens.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? They're just doing things.
There's nothing wrong with it, but it's just scary to think like what would happen if all of a sudden society is so separated.
I think back in the day, it was just so much more emphasis on women are just like the child bearers and like, you know, stay at home moms. But now it's like, I feel like girls are just realizing. And here's the thing, as girls like mature, I think once you start being able to achieve things for yourself, you have higher standards.
Yeah.
And a lot of men just don't like meeting those standards, or they get pissed that women have standards.
Yeah, because they want to one up or whatever.
Like for example,
I agree.
Me or like even you, I don't know how you'd feel on this, but for me, it's like, I have a career for myself. I'm making a decent amount of money a year, blah, blah, blah. I'm kind of looking for a partner who's going to be making around the same as me or more.
Exactly.
Same or more. And I think that's fair for me to ask. It's like, if I'm bringing stability enough that I can take care of me in my own life, I shouldn't have to like take care of
facts.
you.
Why would you?
Yeah.
Why
so
would
it's like,
Exactly.
you either need to like bring that to me in a partnership way or more. I've never been the type to be like, oh, I want like a millionaire to, you know what I mean? Like, I've just never been like that, but
because
like,
you want that shit, just fucking sell your body for me.
I know you could. It's
that's what girls do though.
It's not hard to fuck an old guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you want to do that, that's completely up to you. But just for me, I'm just like, I'm gonna build my own bank, build my own whatever, and then find
Your
someone
way.
and find someone who like matches that. But I know some people get pissed off about that, and it's like they're like, oh, but girls are gold diggers. Okay, if you want to be a rich guy. If you want to be a rich guy and go, there's girls that are into that. Some girls aren't into that. Like, it's completely your choice. As men, you have to accept you allow certain things. If you're attracting gold diggers all the time, what is that saying about you? You know what I mean?
Okay, but hot take though. Hot take. Would you say getting a prenup should be standard?
I don't know if it should be standard. Okay, because here's my view on it, that when you put up a prenup, it's kind of under the presumption that like you might divorce. You know what I mean? Like you're saying divorce is an option, but I do agree with it sometimes. Like
I agree with it.
Yeah,
honestly,
like,
all the time.
I think if I was,
if you're making maybe like over, let's say over like 200K, fucking prenup that shit.
I agree, to be honest, because also I okay, me stuttering. I always thought like if I had a prenup, it would be like depending on how much he makes too. For me, for sure. What the fuck you. You're not getting any of my money. But like it would be like prenup unless there's cheating. I agree with those. I like those. I think that's fair.
What's your thoughts on open relationships then?
To each their own. Not for me. I would
Not for
never, ever.
You're too like in.
I'm too jealous. That's what it is. I couldn't, like, if I really liked a guy and he was like fucking another girl,
you couldn't do it.
I'd really rather die. I could not do that. But I mean, if you're comfortable with it. How about you? What do you think?
No, because I think the reason open relationships are so big now is because we see those families or those relationships with really high achieving individuals.
Yeah.
And then when they have a lot of options, they have a lot of, let's say, clout, whatever you want to call it.
Fame, whatever.
Fame, yeah. So many people are coming to them. Honestly, the way to keep it together, if they're going to, making it open, because they're way more likely to cheat.
Yeah. No, you're right. That is kind of like a way to like save a marriage. Like, you know, like Steph Curry and his wife.
Yeah, they're open. Yeah,
they're open. I was surprised about that because everybody always thought they were the dream couple, the dream whatever. Because like he never cheated on her. He never did. Yeah. But it's like, oh, you're right. He didn't cheat on her because she knew about it.
She knew about it exactly. And I think we're gonna see more of that. I'm not saying I would personally do it. Yeah. But I'm saying I think that's a solution.
Would you not be jealous though if you were in one? Like, if you had a girl, like, yeah, sure, you're fucking girls, but your girl's getting fucked.
Do you believe in a soulmate?
In a what?
In a soulmate.
Yeah.
Do you believe there's one person for you?
No, I think you have multiple soulmates in your life. Like, I think a soulmate is like someone who gets, like, has a certain purpose in your life. So I think there is a soulmate who's meant to be the partner in your life or whatever, but I don't know. I don't.
So.
Yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of people, they think there's that one person that's for them and then they'll never find another person.
So you don't think that?
I personally don't.
Okay, so you think, you don't believe in soulmates?
I don't know if I believe in soulmates.
Do you believe in multiple soulmates, maybe?
Maybe that's the thing. But I feel like...
Because, soulmates, the definition isn't even like, it's not just one person is meant for you your whole life. It's the literal definition of soulmate. It's a soulmate is a person who has a certain purpose that they're supposed to serve in your life. So sometimes like
it could be a friend.
It could be your first love, whatever, your first high school relationship. That was a soulmate because it was like supposed to put you to the point that you're at after that. Like, you know what I mean? So even like friends, it's like you can meet someone who's supposed to help you get to a certain point in your career, and then once their purpose is served, they're done.
That's true. But honestly, saying there's multiple soulmates and not just one, I feel like if you're gonna say soulmates are real, stick to one. Because if you're saying there's multiple soulmates, then you're just saying anyone I'm fucking like super infatuated
People
with
just use soulmates wrong because the literal definition of soulmates isn't the one person you're meant to like be with.
I think that's what it should mean though.
Okay, well, I don't think I believe in that necessarily. I mean, I don't want to get a divorce. Like, I'd hope that
obviously nobody wants that shit. Nobody wants that shit. Okay, I have another question for you. Wait,
so would you get a prenup?
Yeah, of course. What the fuck?
Oh, no matter
She
what? Like,
take
no matter
money. Of course.
No matter what you do, you're getting a prenup.
Yeah.
What if she's richer than you?
Huh?
What if she makes more money than you?
Still.
Okay, fair enough.
Still, because knowing, like, I'm mad competitive.
Yeah. What do you think about Jeff Bezos and his wife with their prenup?
That's crazy.
I'm not prenup, they're divorced.
Oh, their divorce is crazy.
Because what's your take on it?
She became like one of the richest people in the world right after the divorce. Yeah.
But I hate it because whenever I see it on like like Real Toronto News and like all those meme pages, whenever they post about her, they're always like, she's just a billionaire from divorce. But it's like she also helped him build that company. She also was. Like,
I agree, but
I know she wasn't the main name on it, but like she was there like holding the fort down while he was trying to make this shit happen. Like she did so much that I feel like she deserved. And he cheated on her. That's why they divorced.
No, but business and relationship is different. That's the problem you see. Is like, look.
Yeah.
Because in a sense, marriage is a business.
She did help, though. That's the thing. I get what you're saying, but like she was part of that. It wasn't like she just was like la da 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 da, like living her life while he's like.
No, but whatever shares she had in the company is her shares. Yeah.
Did she have? How much share did she have? Did she have shares?
Probably.
Oh,
probably. That's probably a lot of like.
A lot now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But what I'm saying is,
no.
I think we should separate. My bad. I think what we should separate is the relationship and then what they've done for the business. Not just put it together like, because. Now they're broken up. You owe her more, you owe her more, or he owes you more. Whatever.
Well, she's a billionaire from it.
She's a billionaire anyway, so it doesn't even matter.
No, but I think that's so not stupid, but like unfair to be like, to have to. Don't you think it's kind of sad to have to like contractualize everything? Like imagine if like. Because it's sounding like
okay, but that's what marriage you don't want it.
I know.
You know what I mean? Like,
well, she didn't know he was gonna cheat on her.
Yeah, nobody knows.
Yeah,
nobody's. But ideally, marriage should mean like I don't have to worry about shit. That's what marriage should mean. Like I don't have to worry about shit. Okay, like we can just.
Because marriage has ups and downs.
Wait. So you're saying when you get married, you're still gonna have your guard up?
Oh, not guard up, but you're gonna have problems. You're saying I shouldn't have to worry about shit?
No, that's what the ideal is though. Like I want to get married because I know this is the ideal.
Yeah, but then once you have kids, there's a new dimension to your relationship.
I'm not ready for that. Do you think you can get married? Oh, you said when you're 26?
I feel like I don't know. As of right now, I'm really scared about it. But I think after 25, I'll probably be like mentally slowly prepping for marriage. Because I want kids. Do you want kids or no?
I 100% want kids.
Yeah,
I 100% want kids.
So if you're married, wait, you don't want to get married though?
I don't think I want to get married.
Oh, really?
Because I think about it like this. I know this is kind of fucked up in some people's eyes, but I see marriage as that's almost incorporating a business. And if that person isn't helping me with my career or isn't, because that's what you want to look for in a partner, right? If I'm going to marry someone, they're going to be on the same game plan. They're going to be on the same mission.
Yeah.
If they're not on that, then why am I even allowing them to have a chance at my assets, a chance at my business, a chance at my career? If they're not on the same game plan.
You have to be with someone who's going to do that then.
Yeah, on the same goal. They have to be on the same goal.
Ambitious, living life, doing whatever. And I mean, I feel like if you feel like your partner isn't doing that, then maybe it's not the right person.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I would want to be with someone ambitious. If they're not ambitious, exactly what you said, I probably wouldn't want to marry them.
Facts.
We should be building our lives together, being rich together.
Exactly.
Together.
Exactly. But it's hard to find, and sometimes people they end up lonely because they can never find that one person that's
why a lot of girls aren't getting married as much because they have high standards. Like it's like I'm not gonna fucking marry some like broke, not ambitious loser that I have to like fund. Why would I do that?
Yeah.
And a lot of guys and this is the other point I was gonna make or say. It's like a known thing where psychologically, like girls, they're always attracted to people who are a little bit older than them. Like that's like our girls are always have.
Oh, I heard that.
And then whereas men, they're always attracted to women in their 20s. Like that's even when they're
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah, even when they're 80, 90, whatever the fuck, they're still attracted to people in their 20s. Whereas girls, it's like always just someone a little bit older. So even when I'm like 50, I'll probably be attracted to people who are like 55 or whatever. You know what I mean? So it's like.
But there's still cougars out there.
Yeah, there is cougars, but I feel like that's why women are what was I gonna say? Like craving. The problem is guys are always wanting 20-year-olds, whereas women, as we get older, it's like we still crave like stability and a successful person, someone who's gonna hold the fort down, who can, you know what I mean? Like provide for themselves and provide for us.
I think there's even a nature thing with that too, like
hunter gatherers.
That primal feeling is because the younger women are the most fertile.
That's literally what it is.
They're the best kids, you know?
Yeah. Whereas for women, it's like the older they are, they're probably going to provide better for you. So that's why it's like,
you know what's crazy, but we never really think about?
What?
Every single person we're attracted to is because they'll make a good kid.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
That's crazy, but we don't think about that shit.
Even like body standard stuff, it's like, for example, like guys like wide hips because those are childbearing hips. Like wider hips can carry. Yeah,
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, and even like when a girl has like a big butt, it's like to support her hips and stuff for
during pregnancy.
Yeah, so that's why it's like, and even like boobs, like it's like they're like it's
good for like giving milk.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, if she has like, big boobs, like she can feed my child.
You don't even think like that's kind of
crazy.
I didn't know.
Yeah, but hips, that's like the biggest one that I always thought about. It's like the wide, like guys like wide hips because it's like those are childbearing hips. Like those hips can like
if we were just in the animal kingdom, like we would really just be looking at that for that purpose.
Yeah,
but now everything's like everybody has personalities, everybody has hobbies and shit. Now we're into
compatibility, chemistry.
Yeah, there's now it's so complicated.
It's crazy.
All right, okay. This one comes from OG Gennaro. Says, what would you do if your significant other still had her ex on social media and contacts?
Like for me, if I had a partner and they, I don't know, I wouldn't be okay with that.
You wouldn't be okay with it?
No, so I wouldn't do it either.
Reasoning though, why?
Because why are they still in your life? Like I just feel like that kind of, I know some people will say it doesn't mean anything, but it's also just like, I don't want her posting pictures and for you to see them and think they're hot. You know what I mean? Like it's just, I don't like it. I'm like,
so, but do you personally block and don't follow or lose contact with your ex?
Like anyone who I've had like romantic history with, for the most part, like I don't like. I usually
that's pretty good of you. That's very mature.
Yeah, if I was with someone, he was like, I want you to unfollow this person because you guys have history. I'd be like, okay, that's like fair. You know what I mean? I wouldn't hold it against anybody either. But I would expect the same.
You would expect the same exactly.
He can't tell me like, oh, you have to unfollow. Nope.
And
first, let's go through yours. How many of these have you hooked up with? Unfollow every single one.
But you won't know. Like,
yeah, he's gonna lie.
You won't know
because men lie.
But girls lie more.
No, that's a no.
Okay, next question. I'll just do speed run. Yeah, okay. I'll go through all of these.
Okay.
All right. So this one comes from Sleepy Girl Sarah. Says, can you really ever get over your first love?
I don't think so.
You think it's always
no. I think you can get over them, but I think they're always gonna hold like kind of like a soft place in your heart.
Word.
So what do you think?
I don't think so. I don't. No, I think you can get over them.
You can get over them?
I think you can forget them.
Okay, I don't think that. I think there's always like, because for me, like I know who my first love is. I mean, I'm over them, but like there's still a part of me that will always like have love for them, or like I could never hate them.
Okay, I have a question.
What?
Was your first love also your first time?
No.
No?
But
Okay,
I never
so
did anything with him. I was just like in love with him.
Oh, okay. Because I know a lot of times when people get so attached. Yeah, it's always their first time as well.
Yeah.
And
How about you? Your first love?
Nah.
No, you're over them completely. You don't feel
over them. Yeah.
Okay, I don't know. I just personally think like with your first love, it's like they're always still gonna in your head be referred to as your first love. Like the fact that when I say that, you know who your first love is. Like, you know what I mean?
No, but because you're asking the question, you're like,
yeah. But when I said that was a person.
If you say you're third, I'm gonna figure out who my third is.
No, but when I said first love, you kind of had a person pop into your head, and it wasn't like okay, wait, which one? You know what I mean? So it's like,
oh, you know what's crazy too? Yeah. You know what's crazy too? Because I seen this TikTok. This was back when I was single too. I remember seeing like yo, I know you're thinking about her right now. And then they said the person you thought about right there, that's the person you're actually in love with. Like, whoa, like what the fuck?
Who was the person? Was it your first love?
Nah, it was just like, no, but it made you think about who you're thinking about at that time. Interesting.
Very facts.
But honestly, I think like, look, people can get hypnotized and fucking forget shit.
Yeah. No, I feel like to an extent you can, but I think you can get over them, or like, but there's always just gonna be a part of you that like knows that was your first love. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, so it's like a sentimental thing.
Yeah, because like even my like first love, it was like I don't know. I could never hate him. It was just like whatever. And it's what it is. But would I ever be with him? No, like I could never. Yeah.
But it's just a sentimental thing in your head.
It's a sentimental thing in your head. I think. Yeah.
Fair. All right. Okay. Next one. This one comes from Blanche. She says, "Is pretty privilege a thing?"
Obviously.
It is. That's
it's
an
not
easy
even
one.
a question.
That's just not even a question.
Yeah.
Pretty privilege is such a thing.
It is. And like if you've ever had like a glow up of any sort or like lost a lot of weight or did whatever, you know that shit is fucking real. Like,
yeah.
I went from being like, I don't think I was ever like super, I don't know, maybe I was ugly. I was ugly as a child, but then in my I was very fucking ugly. Let's be so for real. I know I was. But like when I was in like high school especially, I was more like cute. Like, you know what I mean? More just like nothing really too crazy. No one really like liked me like that. But I was like, I don't think I was ugly, but I wasn't pretty or attractive.
Yeah.
And the way people treated me was so fucked. Like I was treated like fucking garbage. And then I had like kind of like a glow up in high school. And like
all of a sudden
it was completely flipped. Like the same guys that were like mean to me prior were like suddenly being nice to me. So it was like,
Have you ever used it to your advantage? I guess everybody has.
I think you all
even just subconsciously.
Yeah. I don't think you use it like maliciously, but it's like I know that if I'm nice to a security guard, he's gonna maybe do something extra for me. You know what I mean? It's not that.
Yo, and you know what's even crazier? I think hot take. What's even more powerful than a pretty privilege?
Yeah.
Is like honestly like a fame privilege.
Yeah, I agree with you. Like, it is.
Look, if you look at a celebrity, you're gonna treat them differently than a regular person. That's kind of fucked up.
And even if a celebrity is like ugly or like not attractive, you're still attracted. Even like for example, Pete Davidson. I love Pete Davidson. Is he stereotypically attractive? If you saw Pete Davidson walking down the street,
like as a regular man, you
would not be thinking like, oh, he's hot. But he's also charismatic and funny. So I'm sure I give him credit for that. But like so many famous people are like even you probably even notice like how differently people look at you now when you've got like it's so crazy the way that people treat you and people whatever.
And I think that's crazy so much because if I saw Drake, if I saw like whoever, I'm even just gonna treat them. Yo, what's fucked up is sometimes you would even treat them better than like your homies. That's fucked up.
And have you even had like maybe people who were kind of like pieces of shit to you prior to like your social media stuff, how they treat you now versus how they used to treat you? That was the biggest piss off. Seeing that, I'm like, fuck you. I remember.
Yo, and you know what I hate too? I hate that it's almost like drilled into my brain because, for example, my parents, whenever we have guests over, why did we treat the guests better than your family? It makes no sense.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Why?
Bro, literally the amount of times my mom was like calling me like Satan for not treating like kissing the fucking foot of a guest. Like
like what the fuck?
I'm like, chill, man. The way my parents like snap into character, like my mom
and they treat you better, right?
Yeah, she'll be screaming.
Yo.
She'll be screaming at me, the doorbell rings. She's like, hi, oh my gosh, like, and then in front of them she'll be like, yeah, like Sahar's doing so good in school and so doing so good in this. I'm like, you never say this to me. Ever. Like, and my brother gets really pissed off at my parents for that.
Why do you think that is though?
God, that's like their culture. Like that's just like most immigrant people's culture.
Yeah, like my parents are exact same way. Like all of a sudden they speak a bit more proper. They treat you nicer. The siblings,
the whole time, like so sweet, being like, "Oh, sweetie, can you do this? Can you do that?" Like, I've never been called sweetie in my life. What is going on? Like,
yo, you know what? Yeah. We gotta change that up. Yeah. Treat the family better than the guests.
Or like at least equally.
Yeah,
like,
at least equally. At least equally.
Like, and it's the craziest thing. It's because they want their lives to seem better than they are. That's the way how all like immigrant parents are, or just in general, anybody. But like I feel like it's like you want to seem like we have this perfect family. They want to seem like we have these like amazing kids and this amazing this and amazing that and a perfectly clean house and you know the massive cleanup you'd have to do right before.
Yeah, holy fuck. That's what I hate the most. Yeah. Is because I'm sweating like watching shit.
She'll be like, get that corner, get behind the dresser. I'm like, are they looking behind the dresser? What do you mean? Like, or my mom would be like, clean up like under your bed, clean the closet. I'm like, are we like, is the house for sale? Why are they looking under my bed? Why are they looking at my closet?
And then you wouldn't do that just for like if my sister's coming home, whatever. You know what I mean?
We don't do shit. But the second a guest is coming, it's stock up the fridge, clean everything, clean your room, clean every. I'm like, are they looking in every crevice?
Right?
If they're looking in every crevice, I don't want them in this house.
Yo, crazy take. Yeah. If you're fighting with your parents and you want them to treat you like family again, just invite over a guest.
Dead ass. That's actually such a good idea.
Invite over a guest and all of a sudden they're going to switch character.
They're not going to ignore you in front. Would your parents silently treat you? Was that, or how would
they would never do that.
When they were mad, what would they do then?
Yell at me. What the fuck?
They would just yell at you, but my mom would give me silent treatment sometimes.
What? You get silent treatment?
Well, she'd yell at me. Wait, did you get your ass beat?
Yeah,
ever?
of course.
Oh, okay.
What the fuck?
Okay.
Of course. You never got your ass beat. You're a girl, though.
No, I got my ass beat all the time.
By your mom?
Yeah. Oh, my dad beat my ass sometimes.
Really?
Too. When I was younger, yeah. When I got a little bit older, they were more. My parents said they felt weird about beating my ass.
That's true. I feel that.
Yeah. No, like I was like, why'd you guys stop hitting us? And she was like, you're grown. It just feels weird hitting you now. And
Word.
I was like, And I'm like, so you want to hit me when I was a kid and I didn't know any better? Okay.
You know what's crazy? Yeah. The moment they enrolled me into Muay Thai kickboxing, that was when they stopped beating me. Because I think it's because they thought I would fight back.
I think it's also part of that, and I feel like they don't want to admit that. Where I'm like, is it because I just got
like I can block that shit?
No, the fucked up shit my parents did, man. And I'm so glad. And I can only talk about it with like I feel like immigrant kids because like we all got our ass beat or like hit. If you haven't been hit, I'm like I can't bond with you to this level.
Yeah, like every immigrant or every ethnical.
Yeah, I'd get my ass beat and then probably just silent treatment for a few days, like or like just a couple, maybe 1 or 2 days. My mom would be like just not saying a word to me, and then I'm like.
Now the best one is when you get your ass beat and then they're like, come and eat. Or they're like, yo, and then it's like a celebration. Like they come out, oh, you want this to eat?
They don't say sorry. They just give you food.
They give you food, but they give you food in a nice way, and then like that's their apology. And then they talk
to you nicely, and then you're like,
that's their apology, and then you're still thinking about when you're crying.
My mom would do shit like I'd be like she'd yell at me, beat my ass, whatever. I'd be like crying in my room, and then she'd like walk in with like fruit, like she'd cut up fruit, and I'm like, okay.
It's those ones, yo. Like, oh, here's a smoothie.
Yeah, they swear cutting up fruit just changes everything. They don't say sorry, they just cut up fruit. Okay,
let me get one more. Actually, we'll get two more before we end it. All right. Okay.
What even were we talking about? How do we get to ask?
Nah, this is good. This is how we do it. This is how I do it anyway. All right. Hot take. Oh, this is a hot take, actually.
I hate the hot take.
Rowan Jupiter says, hot take. If you lose feelings for someone but end up liking their best friend, it's fair game.
No, I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
That's kind of a hot take, though.
It is a hot take.
Let's say you're interested in somebody, and you lose feelings, and you find out it's not a match. Why isn't their best friend fair game? Why would I don't
know if it's fair game. It's just like not fair to the girl. Okay, to be honest, that happened to me. That's why I'm very.
Oh, that's why.
I was literally that girl, and I really liked this guy, and then he started liking my friend, and so that's why I'm very against it. I really don't like it.
Yo, but it is kind of fair.
I get it from the guy's perspective. It's like unfair to him that because he doesn't like this girl, he can't go for the friend.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's like basic respect. Like, especially if the girl still likes you. If the girl doesn't like you, sure. If you guys both just end up losing things, whatever. I feel like if they're cool with that, that's fine to an extent.
But I think that's troublesome because a lot of the time girls won't even show that.
Show what?
They won't even show that they're interested. Cause you'd see that a lot of times. Like guys get interested in a girl, but they don't necessarily show their true colors. And then they go for the best friend.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden.
I don't like it. I guess it technically is fair game because especially, I guess if I was talking to two guys and I didn't like one, but I don't think I would go for the friend.
You would do it too, though.
I wouldn't go for the friend though. That's the thing.
Okay, like, what if the best friend ends up being your soulmate or on some shit like that? You know what I mean?
I don't know.
Like you connect so well. That's the person for you in your head.
What's your take? You think that's fair?
That's fair game, low key. It's a hot take, yeah.
Okay, but now imagine that with you and a girl, you like a girl, okay, and she loses feelings for you. Now she's going for your friend.
Okay,
would you not be no. Fuck?
Like, you see that this is why it's good because now I can see if my friend's a real one.
Okay, that's true.
Now I can see if my friend's a real one.
No,
look,
that is true.
If my friend knows that I had the ting for her,
yeah.
If he goes ahead and starts dating her, he's fucked up.
No, that's fair. And I'm not going to
claim him.
You have to cut him off.
I can't claim him no more.
That's what happened with my friend. I had to cut her off because she did it. She didn't respect me.
There you
go.
That's
how you know your friend never respected you in the first place.
Yeah, and then that's how you clean your circle. And then that's how you cut all the snakes out of the grass.
I will agree with that. Allow it to see if your friends are real. If they're not, they're done.
Okay, hot take. Do you think you should test your friends once in a while?
I don't know if you should test them. I feel like that's like unfair, but then
why is that unfair though? Yeah, why is that unfair?
It's unfair to your friend to an extent because they shouldn't. I don't know. I would hate to be tested all the time.
Not tested all the time.
No, but wouldn't you hate if your friends were low key just like testing you every once in a while?
No, because that's good.
But then again, if you're a real one, you shouldn't have to worry.
If you're a real one, you should not have to worry.
I don't know. It's scary, but I think it's. You shouldn't have to worry if you're a real one, but also it's just like weird. Like I feel like you should just trust your friends.
I think it's all right to test your friends.
So you test your friends.
I wouldn't say I specifically like.
Tests, if you're his friend, just know he tests you. From time to time, he tests you.
No, I wouldn't go straight up like, yo, on January 25th, I'm gonna test them. Nah,
get your girl
like
to like hit on them just to see the vibes.
No, not even that. Just like little things. Like even if it's like favors, for example. If my boy can't do a favor and I know what's going on in his life, okay, I can't trust him with this shit. I tested him. I know he's not good for that part.
Okay, I guess, I don't know if you should test them, but I feel like you just take mental note of situations that actually happen.
That's testing.
Is it?
That's testing.
No, testing is more like you're setting them up for a situation, no? Like, testing them would be like telling your girlfriend to hit on them to see how he'll act.
Okay, if an opportunity comes where you can
Like,
test, that's still a test.
Okay, I guess in that situation, yeah, I do that too. Or like if something happens, I want to see how are you going to react to this? Like sometimes I've had situations where like, you know, people have talked shit about me, and then my friends, I'm like, are you gonna hang out with them? Let's see. Like, I'm not testing them, but that's happened.
a test.
That's not a test.
That's a fucking test.
How is that a test? I didn't set that up. It just happened.
No, but that's kind of the test, as in like you were gonna remember that, and then you kind of, if you orchestrated almost in a sense of, yo, give them the opportunity to be there.
Yeah.
Then yeah, it's a test.
Yeah, that's
even if it's not like you planned it, it's still a test.
If that's what you meant by test, sure.
Yeah, I think we should normalize that though.
I guess.
Fucking take the snakes out of your circle.
Don't call it a fucking test though. When you say it a test, it sounds like you're setting them up. That's what I thought.
All right, let's call it exams.
So, or not, I don't know, just observe them.
Examination.
Observe what they do and, you know, take mental note of it. So yeah, if a friend's being fake, then you know.
I think what's a problem though is a lot of people are afraid to do that because they think they're gonna be like lonely.
That's the thing. Listen, I've always said this, and ever since that whole drama happened with my friend where that exact situation happened, I realized it's better to be alone than be surrounded by people, like fake people.
That's not for you. Yeah.
If they're not, like, I'd rather at this point have like a couple of real friends than have a bunch of friends that are like whatever. And I've been lonely. When that situation happened, I was so lonely. I literally had no friends. But like,
that's growth.
Yeah, but it teaches you how to be happy alone. It teaches you how to be content alone. It teaches you how to be okay with being alone.
Yeah.
And that's literally more valuable than any amount of fake friends, to be honest. Because then now it's like, once you learn how to be alone, you will cut off people who are not serving a proper purpose to you.
Exactly.
Know? So if someone does something fake, you're not going to be afraid to be like, you're done. You're fake. You're done. But when you're scared of being alone, you let a lot of more shit slide.
Yeah. One of my favorite TikToks you made recently was the one where it's like, don't even text them, don't even call them, don't do nothing. See who hits you up first.
Did I say that? Was that a TikTok I did?
You said something like that. I remember you said that. I'm like, yo, now that I think about it, who's really a true friend that actually checks up on me or actually like
I did. Okay, now I remember. I said where it was like, sometimes you're the one carrying a friendship or relationship.
You're the one carrying a friendship.
And then like just don't hit them up and see if are they going to hit you up? They're probably not because you're the one carrying it.
Yo, you know what's crazy though? It's because I'm always the one that makes plans with everybody. Everybody. Yeah. But it's also one of those things where it's like everybody looks at me to make shit happen because they look up to me. But fucking like, why can't they?
You try to hit me. Like, I hate that too. I've had so many relationships or friendships where it's like, I'm the one always being like, hey, when am I seeing you? When am I doing this? I'm the one texting. And then I'm like, and it's like, you know, when you stop texting them or talking to them and they just never hit you up. And then you're like, oh, it was one way. I was the only reason this friendship existed. I was the only reason why
and that's
we
a sad truth.
It is,
that's a sad truth, but like you have to live with it and then you decide there, okay, do I really want to be friends with you?
Yeah.
That person.
You have to, it's really a battle of, would you rather be lonely with real people in your life or a bunch of fake people and fake happiness, fake enjoyment?
I'll take like 2 real friends over fucking 20 fake friends.
That's
any
what I feel
day.
right now. I feel like I don't have that many friends, but I feel like they're all so ride or die for me. You know what I mean?
That's good.
They would never hook up with a fucking guy that I'm in love with, you know? So it's a great time. We stand.
All right, this is the last one.
Sad.
Another hot take. This is from, I don't think we have one.
Bing bang.
We don't have no sad one. I do need that. All right. Sci-Fudin1109 says, hot take, it's impossible for people to change their true nature. What do you think? Is it really impossible? I don't know. I feel like people can try at least.
I feel like to a degree, that's true to a degree.
Because you believe in astrology and shit, so you can't even.
No.
That's
See, this is what I'm
hypocritical.
saying. You didn't even let me finish. I do agree with that to an extent. I think we all are in a way shaped, like molded a certain way based on like, you know, life trauma, upbringing, blah, blah, blah.
Facts.
You are kind of made a certain way, you know? But like, I think to a degree you can grow and change. That's like, but I don't like that because that's kind of insisting that like I feel like that would be a good excuse for like people who don't want to change or like stubborn
Yeah.
people. Because like, even like, for example, and I feel like the older generation does this a lot, like our parents' generation, they believe they can't change. Like they're just like, this is how I've been. Like whenever I try to say like, oh mom, you need to work on this, dad, you need to work on that, whatever, they're like, I've been doing this for like 20, 30 years. Like I'm not changing now.
Yeah,
like,
that's facts.
So it's like, you could change the
It's just all a mindset thing.
Exactly. Like it's the growth mindset versus the
I don't know, the
stopped
static mindset, I guess.
Yeah. So it's like, I don't know. I think we to a degree are a certain person, but you can add on to that. You can grow onto that. Like you might just have been a sensitive person your whole life, and that's your nature that you've been sensitive. But you can learn ways to manage that and like make it so you're not as whatever.
I agree. I don't think that's necessarily true, but it is true in the sense that you were born with something.
Yeah,
you were definitely born with certain traits and personality traits.
So you are an astrology person. Look at that.
No, but I think you're born with it because even let's look at ancestry.
Yeah.
Like some of my grandparents, they're maybe more introverted, extroverted, whatever.
Yeah.
And I can take certain traits from them, and I can see like, holy shit, my dad really does talk like him.
Yeah, exactly.
My mom really does talk like her mom.
Yeah.
And
so
I can see that. Yeah.
So
it has
to a degree we are, and it's like it's based around like even like it's the I don't know what I was gonna say. My bad.
Yeah, but I think we'll wrap it up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll wrap it up there.
Cool.
Thank you, everyone, for watching this episode of the Can't Tell Me podcast. This is actually the first episode that I've done in this studio. Yay. So thank you so much, Sahar, for coming through. And hopefully she make a return.